What's up, y'all? This is your boy Devontae, right? Today I got this top 5. Now let's get to this reactions.
A lost city is a settlement that began to decline and became extensively or completely uninhabited. As a result, they are often consumed by Mother Nature, and over a period of generations, there's usually no trace left of a once thriving location. Planet Earth is filled with these ancient cities that have been forgotten, and when they are rediscovered, some of which were once believed to be nothing more than legends, archaeologists are able to get a glimpse of how our ancient ancestors lived and added to human development. Now, these aren't mythical cities and lands that are believed to have existed, but we have no trace of. I'm saving those for another video. But 5 ancient cities that were once bustling with life and trade, that are now either buried by sand or swallowed up by the ocean, leaving nothing but their magnificent ruins and wonders of the ancient world. Before I get started, I want to let you know I now have Instagram, and we'll be posting some really cool behind the scenes photos and videos over there. But save that for later, because right now, just sit back and enjoy the video. Heraklion, the underwater city. In the year 2000, something incredible was discovered by divers who were surveying the shores of Egypt. It was the ancient city of Heraklion. For centuries, the city was thought.
The only reason I'm so quiet because this stuff is interesting. Like, my next video gonna be like some spooky ghost stuff. Alright? I'm trying to post that next. Let's go.
Thought to be nothing more than a legend that was possibly buried under the sea over 1,000 years ago. This unique discovery uncovered many treasures that had been buried and preserved for centuries in the thick clay and sand of the seabed. These included the remains of 64 ancient ships, gold coins, weights, and a 16-foot statue. The discovery led experts to believe the city was where all the trade from Greece and the Mediterranean entered Egypt, and that the Greek mythological Helen of Troy and her lover Paris, now widely believed to have existed, were once stranded in the city before the start of the legendary Trojan War. A huge 5.4-meter statue of Hapi, the god of the flooding of the Nile, was also found. Since its remarkable discovery, slabs of stone inscribed with both ancient Greek and Egyptian have been brought to the surface, and all these discoveries have provided a valuable insight into the city and the life of the Egyptians at the time. Dozens of small, limestone sarcophagi have also been found, believed to have once contained mummified animals, placed there to appease the gods. This discovery has led experts to believe there is a possibility human sarcophagi are still buried there. The city is submerged under 150 feet of water, but scientists have little idea why the city sank. One theory suggests the gradual rise of the sea level and the sudden collapse of the unstable sediment the city was built on caused the area to drop by around 12 feet, eventually causing the whole city to be claimed by the sea, but we are still not certain. Whatever the reason, it seems incredible that an entire city can be preserved underwater for over 1,000 years, undiscovered and forgotten for so long. Atlit Yam. Around 10 meters below the Mediterranean Sea, just off the coast of Atlit in Israel, lay the ruins of a wonderful ancient city. The prehistoric settlement dates back over 8,000 years and has been so well preserved that archaeologists have been able to unearth houses, wells, and even human remains. It's thought to be one of the largest and oldest sunken settlements ever discovered, and it holds the key to the lives of our ancient ancestors. The site was discovered in 1984 by marine archaeologist Ehud Galili and covers an area of around 10 acres. Numerous artifacts have been recovered made of flint, bonewood, and stone. At the center of the settlement is a stone semicircle which has cup marks carved into the stone and are arranged around a freshwater spring, suggesting the area was once used as some kind of water ritual. Inside and around the remains of a house, 10 burial sites have been identified, with all the skeletons in the fetal position. In 2008, the skeleton of a woman and child were tested, and it revealed they died of tuberculosis, the earliest case ever found. It's also been established that the men of the settlement dived to catch fish, as 4 of the male skeletons had damage to their ears caused by diving in cold water. But one of the most significant discoveries was found in 1987 when a complete human skeleton was unearthed, still in the fetal position. So how did this seemingly progressive settlement end up buried beneath the sea? Well, there are suggestions that the volcanic collapse of Mount Etna over 800 years ago could have caused a massive tsunami that engulfed the city, causing its inhabitants to either abandon or become victims. There's also signs that the place was left in a hurry. Then there are other theories that climate change caused glaciers to melt and slowly start to flood the settlement until it became totally submerged. It does, however, pose the question of just how many of these perfectly preserved settlements are still lurking beneath the sea. Xizang. It would seem implausible that a government could purposely flood an entire city for their own benefit. But this is exactly what the Chinese government decided to do. Xizang, located in the eastern province of China, was once a bustling city in 1959, until it was deliberately flooded to make way for a new hydroelectric power station. A dam was erected, and the once historical city was slowly filled with water until it was completely submerged to 130 feet. The mass of water that is visible is now known as a lake, but what lies beneath it is a perfectly preserved city, complete with a maze of white temples, roads, houses, and memorials. For over 50 years, the flooded city was largely forgotten about, until an official from the local tourist board decided to send divers down and see what remained of it. What they discovered was a perfectly preserved city. All the buildings were intact, and almost every structure, including those made out of wood, were completely preserved. The site is now a tourist attraction for divers, and the photographs that have emerged of what is now known as China's Atlantis are stunning, but also quite eerie.
Alright, I'm gonna stop it here because this video a little bit too long. Because I'm trying to upload multiple videos. Yesterday I uploaded three videos. Today I'm trying to upload more than 3. So if you're new, click that subscribe. If you like the video, hit that like. Comment below what you think about the video. So to let you know I'm gone.